Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry, I had to deal with the my whole setup was just destroyed. So the moment I wanted to press button, boom, I got a jumping pet. Okay, here we go. Hey Lens, how are you doing? How is it going? What a beautiful bullish candle that is in the afternoon. Just very pretty. Yesterday's price action wasn't easy. It was really, I decided not to. Oh, I think my mic is not working. Hold on. I need to put in my mic, my other mic. Hold on. Ah, let me do this. Let me make sure the mic is working. Um, Let me make sure the proper mic is set up. Just noticed that because I had to move the power outage a couple of times. Okay, let me see. Test, 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 test. Working? Okay, it's working. Let me know if there's any sound issues, guys. It should be okay. Okay. Hey, Lance. Yeah, all's well. All's very well. I didn't trade. I just paper traded yesterday. Um, yeah, I had a long bias all day actually. But look, I saw the short definitely, but I don't think it's. I just wanted to trade the long side, and then I knew at some point I had to stop. And then I thought, okay, but there's so much more to the upside. It just doesn't make sense. Like when you have like seek and destroy, a lot of the time they attack both sides. And this was like a typical NFP week thing. I said it also on stream or on pre-market prep. I can't remember. But a lot of the times they attack both. They create both sides to attack them both sides. So that exactly happened yesterday. Um, Beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. The only thing is you have to be able to time it correctly, and that's the hard part, right? But it's a beautiful AMD. It's just beautiful. Accumulation, manipulation, that was the short, and then the distribution. That's the long. So yeah. Did anyone catch that long? I'm just curious. I did not. I was just busy with other things. It's a beautiful venom on the 15-minute. If people are familiar with the iced tea venom. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And what a rip. I think it was 1,000 points, guys. I think it's over 1,000 point move. Hey, Mether, how are you doing? Let me check how many points that rip. Yeah, almost 900 points. Over 900 points from the bottom. Hey, Mareth, how are you doing? Just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I wish I did trade it, but I'm just tired. At the end of the day, because my day is so long then. So you have to be focused to catch those proper moves and be very confident in them. But yeah. Um, I was getting so many DMs. Oh, it's going short. It's short, and I was like literally on pre-market prep, just trying along all the times. I did not communicate a lot. So I think everybody was literally telling me I was crazy. How many points was the short? 500 points almost. Did anyone catch that short all the way to the bottom? Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Very pretty, MNQ. You're so pretty. You're hard, but you're pretty. You've done a pretty job. Okay, let's see where we're at now. Okay, we're at 50% of the weekly range again on Thursday. You know what I always say, right? Um, Here we are. This is the weekly range because it's Thursday. TGIF can already happen on Thursday, so I'm always watching where we are at in the weekly range. What is price doing? Also look at NQ. Okay, the difference between NQ and ES can be of help sometimes. So now the question is, did we just go up to continue to the downside, or are we going to go up to the upside? We've got news today and also news tomorrow, I believe. Yes, 10 o'clock news, not at 8:30 news, but today we do have an 8:30 news candle. 8:30, nothing at 10 o'clock. Oh, hello. Hello, pretty girl. I know, you want some attention. I know. Mommy's is busy to make sure you get your fresh tuna every day. No, they don't get fresh tuna every day. That's not true. That's a lie, guys. It's also not healthy, by the way. Maret, I'm doing well. I hope everyone else are doing well. What a day yesterday. I stayed out of the market. Yes, I think that was the best thing to do, in all fairness. It looks so easy in hindsight, right? But it was like it was literally creating liquidity on both sides. That was pretty clear to me. Like, okay, it's not. So they attack one side and then it goes to the other side. But it was in such a extended range that it sort of like distracts a lot of people. I think a lot of people were also looking for a continuation short in the New York session. I think a lot of people got their face stripped off at the end of the day, most likely, because they most likely would think that, oh, it's going to continue lower. What I think it was at the end of day. So I mean, I would think that anyone would sort of like, if you're in a short, would stay out of it at some point. I hope so. Let's say, what time was it? Yeah, let me go lower. So here at 2 o'clock, yeah. So you've got the move up. Oh, maybe everybody here was already thinking it was going to move up, and then they got taken out of their long. And at 3 o'clock, yeah, so it's still possible. Yeah, it's. I just want to see the. Oh, look at this 5 minute, beautiful, just beautiful. 3 o'clock, 10 past 3, it started to go up. And people could see this as an order block, maybe, and then think it would go lower again. Oh, nice to hear, Priya. Well done, well done. Amaret towards the end of day. Yeah, guys, my cats have gotten models. I named my models. My models have all my cats' names. So the Dolly is a cat, one of my cats. So anyway, what's a Dolly? It's one of my cats. Oh. Okay, let me close the curtains. Da, 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 da. It was at the end of the day. I said out of the market, didn't take any trades. It was at the end of the day. Yeah. You mean the turn? Yeah. Definitely, the turn was at the end of the day. I'm just curious. Did anyone take that long? Did anyone manage to take that long at the end of the day, or traded Asia? Or I know Priya. Priya, let me know in the chat which macro did you take. Share your trade with me, Priya. I would love to see it. Happy to see you back again. Happy to hear that you're doing well. Um, oh wow, I can see, did you, wow. Mm, wow, yeah, I can see what you did, Priya. Nice, very nice. Yeah, I'm still bullish, guys. I'm still bullish, I think, for the time being. Let's see what's in the trade. What time is it now? 2:11. We we took out this 4 hour low, and I believe we're going into the old opening range gap up to here. What time is it? 2:12. I think I'll take a trade, paper trade, my first trade for today. I haven't traded yesterday, so I need to warm up a little bit. I don't think we're going to go any lower now. Let me see. Are we going to go any lower? Is there any reason to? Hmm. 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 Let's see. Are we going to stall here a little bit? Maybe. Is it accumulation time, or are we going to go high? I'm going to do a poll with you guys again. I'm not sure if it's time to move or is it wants to stall. Oh, it looks like it wants to move. Still don't trust it. Um, we hit that level, but we've got a little imbalance below it. It looks like it wants to rip. Is it just going to take out that high and then go back into consolidation? It's 213. Let me. I mean, I'm late anyway. Let me do a poll. Um, so up to London, bullish, bearish. So it means 3 o'clock open. We still have 3:45 minutes. Bullish, bearish, or accumulation up to 3 a.m. Eastern, which is London open. Accumulation. There we go, guys. Let's go. I was so close to trimming Micron shares earlier this week. Glad I neglected my long-term portfolio. Head and send can work. Oh, Lance, that's a typical, I guess, a statement from you. Well, I'm happy it worked. We are so bullish. I'm Forget what I said just now, guys. Don't want to influence them. This is one of those levels where I can see it sort of stall, if that makes sense. I can see the bullishness, but I also... What time did we reach it? 1:30? 2 o'clock. I was gonna blast through it at 2:30. We rejected. Yeah. We're in a higher weight. We tested this already. Anything can work sometimes, yes. Everything. Also, concepts that actually don't work once in a while. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, guys. I'm not gonna enter. If it goes without me, it goes without me. Just gonna wait a little bit longer. I don't want to be a breakout trader. I can see the retest here, but also the area. It's 50. I see, and ES went into this. I just wonder if it wants to. Oh, what's going on? Just gonna wait a little bit longer. I don't want to be caught up in consolidation. I do think I want to take out the highs, but it's 200, 193, 193. Last hour is a devil's mark on the hourly. Let me check. Yeah, but we seem to be in a continuation for now, for the time being, I would say. I don't expect it to come back now, most likely. I already missed a good move, I think, for me. So I'm not really interested in taking. Gonna wait until 2:30. Browser, are you already in a trade? Did you enter in Asia? Did you manage to ride the whole way up? I need to change this. Good morning. Do you live in New York? No, thank God. No, thank God I don't live in New York. Why would you think that I live in New York? I've got beautiful trees behind me, nature sounds. New York is just a concrete jungle, and hell no, I don't want to live in New York. Oh, we've got the slow drip up again. Ugh. Here we go again. Slow. Dun, 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 dun. South Africa. Do you live in South? Yes, South Africa and Europe has 6 hours difference. Correct. I have 6 hours difference with New York and in this time of year, and when the daylight saving times. I don't know which one is actually called the daylight saving time, but the other in November it goes to 5 hours difference. But that's a good thing. Then I can do because of the. I think when you live in Europe or in Africa, we can do London and we have New York session. So it's quite nice. The only thing session that I can't trade because I want to sleep or try to get to sleep is Asia. But I like it because we can trade Asia, which is early, London early in the morning here, and then New York is afternoon, late afternoon. Now, the only thing is at the end of the day, you can get a little bit tired if you had a long day, right? So you need to take that into account for the PM session. But yeah, I mean, I think it's really nice to be able to have that. So exactly. Hey, Lucky Mon, how are you? Yeah, I have 1 hour difference with London. I have a student in London, so we have. I always think, oh, it's always the same, but we have 1 hour difference with London. South Africa is, and but yeah, I live on Eastern time. I've got my computer set on Eastern time, so it's like sometimes I really need to think. Oh my God, is it? What time is it in South? I was at my phone has my normal time, but my all my computers are on Eastern because of the trading. So no mistakes I can make. Okay, I think we're gonna extend now. 181. I think we're over. I think it's done with the. I think it's ready to extend. 131. I'm still not. It's too slow for me. Yeah, are you doing well? Yeah, did you trade anything? Yeah, Rickage. It's awesome, right? London being able to trade it. I mean, a lot of you guys, I know. I mean, that's. I admire that you wake up really early in the US to do London session. That's really um, saying that you're very committed to trading and doing well. I mean, so I think we're going to get an extension to the upside. I don't think it's going to stall anymore, but let me just see. I don't want to position myself now. So I'll wait. But if you're in it already, you're good. I think it's a good trade still. Just want to see. 180. I like that. Okay, I'll put on a paper trade. 830 is coming. I don't think we're gonna go lower anymore. Just a paper trade, guys. I'm not trading tonight. Now we could go lower into this level here, but let's see. It's 225. I love it when I get stopped out because I'm too early. If I do a paper trade, that tells me that it's a good that I was impatient again because I feel a little bit impatient. This is a little bit impatient, so I feel the same emotions. So I should have. I actually didn't want to put it on, but I put it on. Just I thought, oh, I'm streaming, so this is something I sometimes. Oh, I feel like a little bit of pressure, I guess, today. I actually didn't want to put this trade on, but we'll see. I actually wanted just to wait, and if it goes, it goes. But I'll be happy if I get stopped out because then I didn't listen to my gut feeling. I did not want to put the trade on, and I did it. I wanted to wait. Hey, Vincent, how are you doing? Long time no see. See? My gut feeling told me to wait. See, I'm getting stopped out on my paper trade. So happy that I do that. I felt impatient, and even if it would go without me, I should not have been in this trade. I did not want to enter, and I did. Um, I should be stopped out. I felt impatient. Being a breakout trader is not what I am. Either I need to position myself here, 2 o'clock, position myself in the open price of a candle and in the manipulation wick. I do not want to enter here. Even even if it would go, I'm not happy with the trade. But anyway, it's okay. Punish me, MNQ. Punish me for my bad behavior. It's okay. Yeah, I know. I know you're gonna take me out. I deserve it. There we go. Yeah. You see, guys, impatient. I said it on the stream. I'm gonna let this go. I don't trust it yet. And I got in. Why? I got impatient. I felt a little bit of pressure. But something in my gut feeling really not. It's I just and then it's gonna go. Yeah, and I felt like because I didn't want to miss that little bit. That how many? It was just a small trade as well. So that already tells me today, like, okay, you have to go over your rules again. You're not following your rules. Impatience. It's my big battle. Lance, so you're not alone. But you see what I do? I paper trade it, so there's no monetary value. But I do feel I'm very upset with myself when I do this because I know I'm not listening to my gut feeling. I'm not following my rules. And it's upsetting to me because I know that is the start of a spiral for me. It can be the start of a spiral of going into, oh my god, let me fix this, blah 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 blah. But it's okay. It was a paper trade, and it just instantly puts me back into my place. And I'm happy that it happened on stream so you guys can see it. The inner dialogue is already was telling you, oh, I'm not confident about the trade. I was already doubting it. Then I started going back and forth, and then I still enter on a breakout, which is totally not I'm a distribution trader. I tried to position myself in the manipulation move. Did I do that? No. And only for a bloody small trade. That upsets me a little bit that I do this. But then again, you see, I'm just human, guys. I said I wanted to wait. I don't trust it. Okay. Okay. I'll journal that. What time did it go? 2:30. It's 2:30 now. Um, well, Lance, it's so easy. I mean, sometimes you just need to challenge yourself and think, okay, well, I'm not being, I mean, I won't punish myself like, oh my God, I'm so upset. It just tells me that I'm not, I have to be careful when I do these things. I'm like, okay, I'm wrong. I get a little bit, um, yeah, well, it's just impatient. It's just one thing. It's impatient, and I didn't trade yesterday a lot, so it's I have to be careful then also because like, oh my God, I didn't do anything. I didn't make any money yesterday. I did not. So I had a 200 something. How many points was it? 234-point paper trade, a win. Okay, let's see, guys. What time did we do this? Oh, okay. Now I still think we're going to go up. Let me see if this is a better time to enter. I still think it's the analysis is correct, but the timing is just off. And it's all about timing because it's time over price. Oh, hold on, guys. Oh, it's a scammer again. I thought it was the um, NQ futures. Oh, you want the private mentor? Are you talking about the private mentorship? I'm actually very. I don't take a lot of students. Just a couple. And you need to have time. Um, Priya. Listen, guys. Okay, let me tell you about the mentorship. It started out of something that I just wanted to do because I missed the coaching a little bit from my old job. But it's very extensive, as Priya can as Priya can tell. Uh, no, it's not free because it's a lot of my time. Um, Priya Priya was my first student, and we work together very, very closely. But I can tell you, I gave Priya. I am not. I am very strict because I want you to get somewhere very fast or faster. Um, so it's very extensive on my end as well. I love doing it, but it takes time. I've got two students most at the same time because I give. It depends on the time zone as well. So but I like doing it, but I can't do it too much because it takes a lot of my time, and I teach what is not out there. It's a totally different approach to the market. Yeah. So I don't really advertise it, so that's the reason. I always think the right people will find me because it's not something I really want to do, and I don't want to be a course seller, but it's just someone. If people really want to have a little bit of a different approach to the market or see things or want to speed up their learning curve, that then it's suitable. But yeah, it's a it's a lot of time. I like doing it, but I can't do it too much. I have to protect my own time as well. But yeah, I mean, but I'm not as nice for you as I am on the stream, and I'm very strict as a coach. Priya I mean, yeah, but sometimes it's needed, right? But NQ Futures, you can send me a DM. Right now, I'm a little bit full, but just send me a DM and maybe for future time. I think most people are not so complicated. It's just about sometimes just looking at things a little bit differently or connecting the dots a little bit differently so you start making sense of it. For me, it's always about, okay, what is the logic behind what I'm looking at, for example, right? And then I try to figure out what am I missing and what is now, if you hear those phrases, for example, price is fractal, to give an example, yeah, what does it mean really? So what I do, I really go into how can that phrase really help me in my trading? What does it really mean? Because everybody's here, price, yeah, price. We all know price is fractal, but how does it help me? So these are things that I really dig into to make it all logical and like a structural thing for it to help me to identify, to make the market readable, and how can it help me frame trades and more important, predict price, right? Everything is about predicting price. Hey, M. Zane, how are you? Oh, yeah, I saw your message yesterday in the Discord. Welcome to the family again. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about the because I want to keep it very very small, so I don't want to have any discussions on the mentorship, preferably on the stream because I don't want to advertise it too much. So I've turned down a few people. I had to, but so okay. So we're stalling a little bit here. Okay, guys, that's it for today. We're stalling. I'm done for today. No, I'm just joking. Oh, patience is tested all the time. Patience, patience, patience. So NQ features, Lance, is ICT mandatory? Yes, in the sense of the basics. The basics are mandatory because it's the foundation I have built upon. But it is not necessary to have the knowledge that I have on ICT. It's the knowledge, the basic knowledge, the foundation. So core content and just like what I have put in the channel on the Discord, mainly things like the core content, so all the PD arrays, just that you know of the existence, the TGIF, just the what is it when I talk about what is an N walk? It's just like okay, it's the gap between that and that. It's a gap. What is oh the breaker? I've heard about it. Okay, now you don't have to be able to identify the breaker, for example, but know of the existence of it. Things like just basics, just the basics, so you understand what I'm talking about. Um, so NQ futures going back about the winning streak. The thing is, have you looked? You have to look over a period of. Have you had payouts over a consistent period of 2 months? Because being consistent, maybe you have a winning streak of 5 days, but if you, let's say you're winning every day, you have a green trades Monday to Thursday, and on Friday you give everything back, right? So you had a winning streak of 4 days, but eventually on Friday you give everything back because you want to get to the payout. Let's say you have 5 benchmark days and you have 4 good green days, and on day 5 you lose your account because you're over leveraging whatever. So then those 4 days don't mean anything, right, anymore. So that winning streak is then gone. So the question is, are you able to get payouts? Or are you able to live off a month? Let's go. It's if you look over a month, for example, um, that's how you should look at it, and not on a winning streak of a couple of days, for example. Yes, you don't need, listen, you don't need, well, Priya, I told Priya already when we started out after 2 months, I said you can be profitable with just this one model that I told you. Just one model. Um, you just need and focus on one model in the beginning at all, and then improve that model. But the thing is, if you have only one model, you have to have patience because your model doesn't show up a lot of the times, or it shows up, but you have to wait for it. But yeah, there are people that just trade one. They have one model only, and they just trade that only, and they wait for it, and they're profitable. Okay, let's see, guys. I want to see. I still think we're going to go up. Let me see if we can enter now. I'm just talking too much, so I'm not too focused on the chart, but I still think we are going higher. You retested for breaker. Welcome. I join you daily because you reply, not like other big community. There's a little community that help a lot, and I hope you consistently came live, so I join daily. Payout, then month nothing, and then next payout. Oh, that's good, NQ futures. That means you're almost there. That's how it goes. That's totally normal. Let me just, yeah, it happened to me as well. I got my payout, and then I got really, oh my god, I'm so good. I'm really, and then I had no payouts for a couple of months. And I got a little bit, oh my god, look at me, blah blah blah. My first payout, I had like a couple of 4 payouts in a very short time. So I thought I was there. Well, I got humbled very quickly. Then I didn't have a payout for, I believe it was something like 6 months. I was like, what the hell is going on? And then it starts to, so it's very normal that you go through that. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Chaos. So that's good, NQ futures. That's really good. Sometimes you go back to break even again. You get a payout and you go back to break even for a while. Because markets change a little bit, and you're still not, you don't have all those different cycles covered. But yeah, that's all part of the game. But don't get frustrated because the break even phase can take a long time. But it's good because you're not losing anymore. Yeah, I mean it's all no. I mean, who wants to share? I mean, those who are profitable. It's not like one time thing. You are profitable and you're there and all the problems are gone. No, you actually have to start working harder because you have reached a new level, and with a new level come new challenges, right? I don't know, Bowser, if you're here. I think Bowser's very profitable, and I don't mind. I don't think he doesn't. I mean, it takes. I'm sure he went through the same thing, or maybe, well, maybe not, but it's not like some people say, what was the moment everything clicked? It's not like one moment. It's like a sequence of little things. And the break-even phase is the longest phase you're in. And actually, the break-even phase can be also like having one payment, then no payment, one payment, no payment, or maybe one losing month. But you're still sort of like not losing money, because sometimes you make money, sometimes you lose money, but it's getting less losing, more winning, so you're becoming break-even. So also getting payouts and not being consistent is part of the break-even phase, if that makes sense. Yeah, but that is the hardest phase to be in, and a frustrating phase, but it's good. And you don't see it at that. I did not see it as such as well. I know I had one mentor at the time. He says, "You're so close." I didn't feel it. He says, "Oh, you're so close. You're doing so well." And I'm like, "What the F are you talking about? I don't feel it. It's not there. I don't see my P&L. And I'm just one exactly that." Well, profitable is being consistent and having a live of it, yes. But break even is getting close, but you're not there yet. But you have to. It does not stop at the first payment. The work actually starts there. Okay. Let's see. I'm not sure what I want to do. I like the trade, but I'm also, like I said, I just don't. I'm a little bit hesitant of taking a trade. I already took one L on paper though, but it was a wrong trade and going against my rules. Um, we have London Open in a bit. Yeah, yesterday was crazy. Our trade. Did you trade it? Did you take any trades? Did you manage to take the short or the long? I mean, I actually advise everyone to not trade yesterday. It was like I just paper traded the whole day, and I had a winning trade, 224 points on the long, but I didn't feel comfortable taking it on any live or funded or ethos actually, but in hindsight, the logic is if you have like an accumulation range and they really clearly define liquidity on both sides. If they attack one side, you almost can be sure it attacking the other side. But then again, you don't know how far lower it's going to go, right? But then again, once the long is started, you can sort of like, I guess the long was also in Asia. It ended in New York. It ripped up, and then after 4 o'clock, it kept ripping up. But if you traded that, I mean, like, it wasn't really that hard to trade it because you already have your levels. It's been giving you that. We've been ranging for almost 1.5 days. So no, yesterday was not a range day. Yesterday was not a range day at all. I mean, we ranged it the day before, the end of the day. Well, it ranged a part of the day. Yes, definitely. But we went lower out of the range. We went below it, and we went above it after the day. Yes. So it attacked both sides of the range. Beautiful AMD. Yeah, break even takes its time to become profitable, but don't get discouraged. But you're already a long, exactly, and it feels very. The break even phase is the most frustrating phase to be in because you feel you're there, but your P&L is not moving yet, and that's when it becomes challenging because you want to push it very fast, but it just means you need a little bit more tweaking in something. It can be anything. It's different for anyone, but it is a very hard phase to be in, but it means you're almost there. And it's like in Dutch we have a saying, I don't know how to in English, but the last bits are the heavy are the most difficult ones to, because you're almost there and you get, yeah, you have to, you can feel it, you can almost sense it, but it's just not, you don't understand why it's not working yet. So you have to journal. Your journaling will help you figure it out sooner. Oh, Vincent, you took the long in the PM session of that 4 hour. Yes. I think I like the long from here. I'm gonna do a paper trade again because I think the long is in. I'm just paper trading now. New York, we're in the macro. We've done the work. I was too early. Now I'm using structure. Yeah, 251. Just want to see my levels are correct too. Um, we could go lower though again. If so, then I'm gonna stay out of it for the rest of the London. If it doesn't go, I think it should go. If it doesn't move from here, then this will be in play later on today, I guess. Then we might want to go a little bit deeper again back into the range. But then we're going to fill all these order blocks. Um, See, I don't like this market. It's just not, it's just constantly going back into consolidation. I'm going to put my stop all the way below here. I can manage with my, it's just a paper trade. I just want to see if it doesn't go below this level. If it goes below this level, it invalidates the trade anyway. We go below 2 a.m. open. That means the 4 hour candle open price. That means it's not bullish anymore for the time being. And you see these 4 hour candles here. Are we going to do the same like yesterday? Create, I call them 4 hour babies. Um, like on the 1 hour, you can get 1 hour, but it's already starting to consolidate, which I don't really like. Around 50% of the weekly range, also something I don't like. I automatically think of manipulation when the market opens. No, that's not always the case. It depends on, well, every candle, so technically every open, high, low, close, a wick is a manipulation, yes. So if I would have entered in this trade, for example, you see here the 2 a.m. opens, that's a 4 hour candle here, right? Then the manipulation move, the wick on the 4 hour, let me show you here. If you trade AMD power of 3, you have this little wick. You've got the open and the low right here. So you open up. Then if I want to trade the 4 hour distribution, I should have positioned myself in this little area here, right over here. because you have open, manipulation, and then that is if you make it more on a candle base. But you also have manipulation on, well, you can see it very clearly on the 15-minute of yesterday, right? If you want to clearly see AMD, this is a beautiful, Vincent already mentioned it, this is accumulation, manipulation, and the distribution came in the afternoon. So this is the AMD. And it's always the same with accumulation, manipulation. You have a manipulation below, and the real move comes here and it attacks the area that has been created above here, right? So this was the move to the downside, was the manipulation up until 3 o'clock. And then came the distribution. You can see it here maybe as well, and then we should get distribution. But the question is the market done? Or is it a market maker model which is finalized on the 15-minute, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Are we going to distribute further? So that means the 2 o'clock candle, are we going to have more distribution to the upside? But you want to have the distribution. This is the body is the distribution. The wick. So when we talk about a devil's mark, that's a candle without a wick, like Method already mentioned it. Like, oh, there's one candle here. What does it mean? There is no manipulation, lack of manipulation. So what could happen? We could wick below it, give it the manipulation that it needed, and then rip up back up. So that is a, if we go below this level, then I'm like, okay, we're most likely going to give this the manipulation that is still needed, and then maybe go back higher. So I wouldn't be interested in a long anymore for the if we are going lower from here. Then I would rather wait until I see what happens here. Maybe it goes lower into this wick, and then goes back up if it wants to go back up at all. That's the question. No, it doesn't. MNQ. It doesn't matter 1 hour, 4 hour, 15-minute. It just depends on what the structure tells you. Sometimes you want to trade. Preferably, I like to trade the 4-hour distribution because those give me the. If I am aiming for, like I am growing in my larger trades, so that means 300, 400 points. That means I have more chance getting those trades on my 4-hour distribution candles. But the 1-hour distribution candle can give me easily 100. My 100-point trades are most of the times on my 1-hour distribution candle. Sometimes 15-minute candles. It depends. But if you want to be able to trade, become a distribution trader, it doesn't matter. Well, I wouldn't say the 1 minute candle, but you can still trade the one. But you start with a 15-minute candle. But you have to understand: are we in are we distributing? Are we in a continuation model, or are we reversing? Right. The best trades come from the reversal. That's why I always say the breaker is one of the most important PDRAs, because that's where you are able to identify the change from the algorithm from bullish to bearish or bearish to bullish. So, and the best thing is what you want to see is that your 4-hour, your 1-hour, your 15-minute are all in sequence. They're all bullish or bearish. So yesterday there was also there was like, it looked very bearish on the I tried to, in pre-market prep, I was already looking for a bullish trade all the time, even though the charts were actually telling me it was bearish. So I would never do that on my accounts. But I was literally saying, yeah, I'm still going to go for a bullish trade, which worked out in the end. But the charts were, with all this wick, it looked very bearish. And I was getting DMs, oh, look at MNQ going lower. And I was like, yeah, but I'm still bullish. And then we got that nice rip to the upside. But it wasn't in line. The charts were not really, you can see here 1 hour is looking bullish, right? I'm in a bullish trade. 4 hours also looking like it wants to expand, right? So Let's see if the 15-minute is in line. See, everything wants to. Oh, the 15 minutes also giving us a devil's move. Oh no, it's not. Yeah. See, this we need follow through. Hmm. I don't trust it too much at the moment. But we've got news today. Yes, time frame alignment, correct. I'm just paper trading, M Zane. It's on your own risk. If you see the trade, you can take it. But I'm just paper trading at the moment. I don't. I think we are going, but I'm just not. I wouldn't. I'm just not confident enough on this trade to take it on my any account because we're just stalling a little bit too long. And I can see it manipulate. I can see it wick very fast to the downside. So it's at your own. Everything you do is at your own risk. I'm just paper trading because we've got a imbalance. It's just like it could easily just wick lower and then go higher. But I favor the upside. But I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls one of their tricks today. But we'll see. Hold on, guys. Let's see if we can open the. Took a long but super small stop loss. Yeah, it's always good to have a good small stop loss. Yes. Okay, here we go. Are we distributing to the upside now? 5 pass. I like it. Okay, I'm going to. We might stall a little bit, but I think it wants to go here at some point. It might take a little bit longer than the macro, but I'm just gonna hold it. See if it does. I just want to see if this level holds during whole London session. That's what I'm looking just for. If you want to have a safe trade, I would take my TP, take one off here at that end dog here at 141. This might stall here, and then previous day high, obviously, but it definitely will give a little bit of a reaction here. Mm, 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 mm. Let me put on the opening range. Let's see where we're at. Oh, look at that. 50% is right over here. Okay, so my TP, oh, that's nice. My TP matches exactly with 50% of the opening range gap of Tuesday. This is 50% of the opening range gap. I got my TP just below it, so yeah, keeping it there. Okay. So I've got like 3 or 4 confluences on this level now. Now I don't think it will make this run in this macro though. Look at this imbalances, so it's going to take time. Could be stopped out though. It's funny. I'm a dog person, and you like cats. Our trading is polar opposites. Not many similarities. Yeah, and then you thought we would have a chance in life as a relationship, Relance. You're already mentioning why it's not gonna work. No. Hey, listen. I'm both. I like all animals except roosters. Okay. Let's get one thing clear. I like all animals, but I have a special place for. I have a if I go into the wild in the when I do game drives, as you know them as safaris, my all cats, but all one of my favorite animals in the bush are the wild dogs. Ooh, but they are you cannot compare them to normal dogs anymore. They are so special, wild dogs. Oh. Um, but no, I love all animals, but I've got a thing with kitty cats, big and small. But yeah, well, then, but do you want to say that I'm profitable and you're not? But what happens when you start being profitable? I have a 4 LB Yorkie. Yeah, I mean animal. I mean all animal. I love animals, guys. I love except roosters. But cats are so. I don't know. I can't. I just. It's very hard to explain. But I love dogs too. But man, the wild dogs. If I do a game drive and I see a pack of wild dogs, oh, that makes my day. There is nothing that uh, those are, I think, one of the highest. They are so highly intelligent, and how they are working that whole group dynamic. It is so special. and they're hard to trace. But if you manage to see a pack of wild dogs, man, that makes my day. Oof. So, Richard, are you? Oh, which cats? Yeah. Do you have a cat, Richard? I love men that have cats because um, I don't know, they are tuned in a special kind of. It doesn't mean they're not manly. Don't get me wrong, because I love alpha males. Don't get me wrong. An alpha male that has cats, that's a special kind of man. Just saying. Egyptian. Ooh, wow, wow. Oh, that's I know. Oh, that's yeah. You know, my ex, he also threatened me with Dolly. He and Dolly loved each other so much. I am Dolly is my current. She's a rescue, and she doesn't like men in general. But I remember our first date. He brought me home, and the first thing she ran out, and she ran straight to him. That was it was like sort of a connection there instantly. And he had six dogs. I mean, we lived together on a farm. I was walking six dogs, a pig, a nyala. He had a pet nyala as well. And I had a whole string of animals behind me when I would do my morning walk. Six dogs, uh, cats, a pig, Nyala. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember all the. It was and at some point there were donkeys as well on the farm. I don't know, but the donkey didn't walk with us. But yeah, that was crazy. But when I would go to the U.S. and I left Dolly with him, they were just. And I came back. He says, "Yeah, Dolly's mine now. I'm sorry, and she's not leaving the house anymore." I said, "Yeah, well, if we break up, I mean, it's sort of a problem then." Um, but yeah, I mean, oh my God, they were so in love with each other. They were so in love. It was instant. It was just instant. The moment they saw each other, or she saw him, she. It was like she recognized him or something. It was so weird. It was like, what? He's afraid of new people. So, no, so Lance, my family lives in Houston and in Austin, in Texas. So I went a lot there, but now, yeah, my uncle died a few years back, and I haven't gone back for a long time now. But yeah, I haven't been for a while. Dolly, yeah, I've heard of Dolly the sheep that has been cloned. Yes. I wish I could clone my Dolly. I want to clone my Dolly. That would be awesome. You know, when your pet animal dies, there's nothing. I mean, that emotion that is so. I think that's the hardest emotion for me to deal with. It's harder than losing a human that's close to me. It's so crazy. The bond that you have with the animals is on a different level. It's just crazy. So that pain is like, oh, the missing is just so big. Well, Lance, you can talk to my cousin. He wants to sell his home. So, but it's crazy how expensive those homes are there. Just can't believe it. It's like for a wooden shack, you pay over a couple of million bucks already. Yeah, Richard, that must be horrible to miss your cats. But then at least they're in good hands, right? That's the most important thing. Then. But oh my God, losing an animal. So I brought one of my cats to the South Africa when I moved here, and it's a very sad story actually. So we used to bushwalk together. I do bushwalks. So, and then there was a night she wanted to run out. She ran out and she never came back. So I think she got eaten by a crocodile or some predator. But I was like, ah, she was so happy. She instantly, it was like they were at home, but obviously she was in the Netherlands. We don't have crocodiles and stuff like that. So I guess, and I wanted to run after, but it was a stormy night. And I thought, ah, she's okay. We've been here a couple of months doing bushwalks. She knows, but she never came back. And I looked for her for months, but yeah. Space MNQ, like I said, power of three, just being able to identify where the algorithm switches from bearishness to bullishness. Um, Understanding time over price. It's an algorithm, and if you understand the algorithm, it's not. Then you also are more aware of when is it time to move. Now sometimes I'm bloody off because it's either time distortion or it's manipulated or overwritten, but most of the times it's understanding when. It's first you want to identify your levels, but then the most important time, the thing is that when is it time to move. It's all scripted. It's all scripted. Highs and lows are not formed by buying or selling pressure. They're formed by algorithmic levels. They're all algorithmic. All I wouldn't be surprised that this might be the high of London. Maybe let's see if that level is a. Okay, now I can move my TP a little bit higher for the time being. Jay, you're so funny. How have you been doing, Jay? Have you been Have you been coming to the pre-market prep? Yeah, it's insane, Lance. I know my cousin also is complaining because he has to pay tax on the house, and so it's huge. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I think he bought the house a long, long time ago, so I think he's good. But it's oh my God, it's crazy if you want to buy something new there. Yeah, I always catch well Space and Q. That's something that I'm just growing into. But yeah, it's about being a distribution trader, so looking for trying to identify when will the expansion come. So a lot of the times I let the manipulation move go. That's why yesterday I was also not interested in the short. I was looking for longs, and I let the after. I mean, I wasn't interested in trading anyway because it was really hard for me to time the market yesterday as well. Like, okay, when is it going long? When is the real short coming? And so I just paper traded it yesterday. But um, it's just I think it's I don't know. Sometimes people ask, "What's your strategy?" And I don't know really. It's like a combination of things a little bit, but it's mainly, I would say, power of three, accumulation, manipulation, understanding when the distribution. It's about time. It's actually all about timing more than anything. But I do use a specific structure. I try to position myself like I explained here in the manipulation move of a candle. But sometimes it's not possible, like today, and then I'm struggling a little bit here, like, okay, I missed the move here, so I have to wait then a little bit longer, and here it gave me the more confidence, okay, I can enter again. But I'm just paper trading this right now. Um, because I sort of like wanted to position myself here, and I did not do that, right? But I just now want to see if my level is correct. If this is the level of the high of the range. He's very lucky to own for what's now considered cheap. Real estate used to have many. Yes. Okay, let's see. 181. Let's see, which is that level? Okay, boom. Okay, I think it might. This might be the move for now. Let's see if it wants to go higher or not. Like I said, I had a couple of confluences here. It was a midpoint. It's the midpoint of the opening range get. So I would take, if you have a lot of your position, I would take a lot off here because it's the midpoint of the opening range gap. I think it could go higher again maybe at some point, but yeah. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see if it wants to reject here at 181-ish. Or does it want to push through this? How many points was that trade? 276. 70 points. Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to see. I might be interested in a short from here, but I'm not going to trade it anymore. I think I'm going to wait for pre-market prep for my live trades. I don't want to trade London now. Just paper trading. 325. Okay, I want to see the pool. What do you guys think? Bullish 73%, 11, accumulation 16. Okay, guys, let's have a look on the higher time frame. What are we going to do? What do you guys think? Are we gonna go for these highs, equal highs here? This is the remaining session of the week. Are we going to reverse here and this bearish CB go back lower? Let me do a poll again. Just overall, I'm just curious because just a general market sentiment. I think that they already know where they want to bring the price. To be honest, I wonder if it's really they already know the numbers, right? I think it's already general sentiment bullish for bearish. So they just use those, they just use those earnings for moves either to manipulate it to the downside or to the upside. But at the end of the day, they already know where the market will end. If it's bad news, they will have a swing to the low, but it still will end where they want the market to end on Friday, if that makes sense. Um, news drivers or earnings are just manipulation. They can use as manipulation moves most of the times. It doesn't change where they want to bring the market to anyway. It's not like, oh, we're going to change our algorithm or it's already scripted. They just override it for news drivers or earnings temporarily, but they already know where they want the market to end on Friday. Yeah. So for example, if you look at news drivers, a lot of the times they use them, for example, to blast through PDRAs that we normally don't drive through with a normal price action. We respect them, right? So it helps them to just manipulate the market into getting people out of their positions and just make it hard to trade in a normal way. I'm just curious. Does news and other events affect what? Well, there always can be manual override, and then you know, like for example, the this area here, this was extremely long, this back and forth, right? So that was definitely when you are entering, you always have normal consolidation. I mean, it's part of the market, right? But when you have like an area of 1.5 days of consolidation, that's sort of like manual override a little bit. You know, like okay, they're really trying to create liquidity on both sides. When there's same in NFP week, FOMC, when they are creating liquidity on both sides, you already know that there is a large manipulation move coming. And like I said, they will attack both sides of the markets most likely because that's why they create the liquidity. Um, but the thing is, what makes it hard to trade, you don't know which side they could bring it to first. Now, at some point, when you look in hindsight, you can sort of like see the algorithmic signatures that it was, but it could easily. That's why I don't trade it when I'm not sure. Like, okay, which side is it going to? I just sometimes don't see it properly, and I just stay out because I don't want to be taken out on that. But obviously, when price is going lower, you're like, okay, well, it's going low. You know that it's going lower, right? And it left the liquidity on the upside yesterday, so then you know there is a rip coming. But the question is when. You just don't know why. But once it starts going, you can position yourself at some point. But you cannot. It's hard to catch the tops and bottoms on days like that because you just don't know exactly at that point yet. Or you know, that's why you hear a lot of the time say, let them attack one side first, and then you take the other side. When you know it's done, you go for the other side, right? That's the safest way to do it. I don't know. If I look at the market, for me, it's a little bit definitely bullish with those equal highs lying there. Yeah, but we also have equal lows, my friend. Look here. The weekly low here, here, on the 4 hour. So I don't know. Also, ES also has equal lows here on the 4 hour. Equal highs, equal lows. So I'm hoping you guys can tell me. Road features, but there's algorithmic signatures. Definitely at some point you will see the algorithm is showing its hand. So how do you think I can sometimes frame? I said 181. I got out here. I think that's the range most likely for the time being. Why? It's all algorithmic. Once you see some things go and you can understand time and you understand the direction, you can trade those little pieces of the pie, so to speak. Price can go anywhere, but it's your job to understand, to read the algorithmic signatures that shows its hand, where you can take it. But sometimes you just don't see it yet. Either it's lack of knowledge or there's too much happening, you're confused, and you let it go until you see it. But when you see it, and that's where you trade it, right? Why do you think I mark these yellow? Do you think there's a significance for me marking this area? There's always a significance. Why did I enter my trade at some point? Because I saw it was respecting the level that I marked between the yellow lines. I was wrong. I was too fast here, so I had to wait longer. And here I got my confirmation. We were hitting the Asia range. We want to go lower, but it was this area that I was looking at mainly. I like, okay, we're respecting this because this was for me. It's between lines for a reason. Now, I still wanted to actually, but I started the stream at 2, and it's always hard for me to enter, but this should have been, this is what I journal, should have entered here between the open. This is how I try to position myself continuously. It's a very small range, but yeah, I mean, you gotta try to perfection yourself, right? So this was my level that I wanted, between 2 and the wick. And then I had my 281 level here, which was level. I said 181. 90 points from here. But because I was too late, I had to, I was just messing up here. I had to wait a little bit longer to get more. So then what happens if I miss this? I have to wait a little bit longer for confirmation of the trade. But this already messed up my mind a little bit because I got in, I was like a little bit upset with myself, with my impatience and stuff like. I have to really, if I don't follow my rules, I know there's always danger that I can fall into those traps. And impatience is my biggest battle, always, 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 always. And I keep saying it just to, if other people are battling with it, you can become profitable with that flow, but you have to have rules. But it's doable, but you have to work very hard on it. I have to work every day on it and keep working on it. I think every most people, is there someone so my ex-boyfriend, he was very disciplined. He had a extreme discipline. And I don't think he battles with impatience. But are there people in the group that don't have an issue with impatience and can, and you have to find out which they are, and then you have to really address it. And that's where the work comes in, right? And being honest, like, okay, what is holding me back from being profitable? What is holding me back from being more profitable? I want to see what you guys bullish. You all bullish. Some are bearish. 62, 38. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Let's have a look at the weekly range, the weekly candle at all. I found it a little bit hard to read and on. I can see we can go from here, but let's see what we're forming right now. What are we respecting? Let's see. Look at the daily. Let me switch the IPTA levels off. Looks bullish, huh? But can we get over 50% of this candle? I think that one is I think that is something we need to look into. What's the 50% level? Okay, we're approaching it. So let's say 200, 32,200-ish. If we can get over the body, the midpoint of this candle, I think that might give us some clarity, right? 200. If we go over that, oh, my internet is giving me issues. Yeah, and road futures, there's also a difference between your analyzing a trade and execution. You can have perfect analysis, but if you're not feeling well, or you're slow in your brain, or you are distracted, you can have shit execution, even though your analysis is correct. They're two different things, and I also didn't know that until I started streaming. I became more aware of it, like, oh, it's actually two really different things. I can be, correct on my analysis, but if I still execute very poorly, I can still have losing trades or losing days. So they're two different things, and they have to align as well. That's why I also paper trade. Is my analysis aligning with my am I fast enough? Am I reading it properly? And is my brain working? Am I not distracted? Am I so everything? It's just it's so interesting, and 100% all mental capacity. Yes, mental. Yeah, guys. But I think you guys are making me a better trader as well because it keeps me in tune. I need to. I don't want to be a fool on stream, like going on tilt and stuff like that. So, and I said it before. If you want to really get to a point, if you're so fed up with yourself, like if you're tilting or over trading and losing accounts, film yourself. You will see a side of yourself which you don't see when you're just, and you're like, oh my god, I don't want anyone to see this. You'll learn that way. um, but I think that really helps because your normal part of your brain stops working. And I mean, I was literally saying, like, did I really say? I didn't even remember that I said these things. And your facial expression, and it's like, I'm like, okay, I don't want. Let me just delete this one now, because in case anyone sees this, I can highly recommend that. Do that and watch yourself, and I think that will really help you at some point. Like, you know what? Okay, uh, I don't like that side of myself. It doesn't help me. It doesn't my P&L, but also I look damn weird there. Okay, guys, let's have a look. Anything else we can do? I'm just thinking, not to stream too long today. Um, I'm wondering if we are, if the London high for now is in or not. Do we want to go higher or not? Or are we just going to stop here and have continuation in New York? Uh, it looks like it wants to expand more, but we could also go lower again. For me, this level is sort of like a level that I really, really like. It's like, but I put multiple, so I'm sort of like, yeah, you know what? Just let it simmer. And I think New York might be very interesting because we are having news. Yeah, I'm looking forward to today. Do a review. So a lot of the times when you have a manipulation move, that is 2 to 2.5 standard deviation. So if I would think this is the manipulation because we left all the liquidity here, I already look for a trade between 2 and 2.5 standard deviation. Let me go to the 4 hour. Now I have a box here already that would have been that I would think that would have my interest, but you see it never went lower, right? So we created relatively equal lows here, but I guess we could use this inversion on the 4 hour. So you have an inversion here, so you want to be aware of this area here already. So I would look in this area, and if it starts to turn here, you already, you have your interest, because it did not. Sometimes it just rejects in one of those, because people are always looking for lows and highs, but that's not. We should not always do that, because it doesn't always take out the liquidity. It sometimes rejects. That's a rejection block, right? Just a PDRA as well. So if I would have marked that out, and let's go to the 1 minute now. Let's go. I want the 1 minute. I need to work off the 1 minute. My internet is giving me a hard time, I can tell. Yeah, doing what I want you to do. So the moment you go into a low and you see it needs, okay, when is the algorithm done? When it goes into a high time frame PD array, right? So this little imbalance here, this fair value gap, this IFGG could be your imbalance that you could use. So you want to be aware the moment it starts going into that inversion fair value gap, you're already going to look, especially when you have a displacement candle like this going over this one, it could be the end. But look here, if you would have thought it here, what's the difference between this level and this level? Is a higher time frame PD array, right? So here you also had a big displacement going up, taking out this liquidity, and then going lower. Now, why wasn't this valid? Because it wasn't done yet with the work. So you have to be able to trade reversals. You have to understand what is the objective for that move to be done, right? So it was this little fair value gap, but you have to understand the higher time frame P ratios. You have to be able to start looking for them and to be able to identify them and have a couple of confluences, and maybe S&T. Most likely there was S&T at some point as well. That I don't know if somebody was aware of it. Most likely there was with NQ. We can have a look. So you need a couple of confluences, and here you can see it just wasn't ready yet. This was what it was looking for before it went higher. Let's see if there's SMT. I guess it was a higher time for SMT. This one here. Yeah, this was the SMT here. It was with in this area. So you've got SMT on the 4 hour with this one and this one. So ES, you can see it here. Now, after a large move like that, then is when I look for SMT. So when is it going to end? Here, here, and this one here. See? Oh shit! I hate when that happens. I don't know why that happened, but anyway. And then you can trust. You can start trusting the level to the upside, right? So then you have displacement again, but then yeah, then I would use the breaker here. If you miss this move, then you've got this move here, the retracement into this one. But it's not easy because this goes fast. This is fast price action. It goes up, but you have to have confidence. You have to already have marked out, okay, what is the level is going to be? Well, how much is the standard deviation? And then you can trade. But it's not easy when you are already looking at this move down and you get, if people are being stopped out here, they already get like, oh my God, I've been stopped out here. And I can see that happen to you a lot because I would have done that maybe as well. But yeah, market on close, baby. 3:15 is where the macro on close starts. It's all time, 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 time. So if you start journaling these things, when are moves like this start to end, and when does the market on close? Literally, the whole 45 minutes can be a macro. 2:45 to 4 o'clock and after. Well, I think so. Anyway, so just wait until 3:15. Yeah, beautiful, just beautiful. So these 15 minutes, how many points up to 4 o'clock? Because if you trade prop firms, I don't know, prop firms, most of us, we can trade until 4 o'clock or a few minutes after 4. I would have traded up to my red line here, 129 points. Or maybe even if I got it here with the breaker. And those in Asia, yeah, you got the best move. That's Asia sometimes have the better moves. Okay, I will watch just the last macro, but then I think I'm going to leave it for today. Um, I would rather focus now on pre-market prep, have more intel, know what the market is going to do. Now it's just for me, this is a level, this is such a significant level for me that it reached. I'm like, yeah, um, I'm not going to re-enter for a long in this area, but I'm also not, um, I'm not really sure if it wants to dig lower now on those 1 hour, because we got a few devil's marks now, right? It might be New York manipulation. Look, oh, we got a beautiful candle here. Oh, look at that! How beautifully we retested the star of the box. Beautiful. Let's see what the next macro does. Just curious to see. Anyone still holding along? Where are we now? Oh, so that's about 100 points. Yeah, I would say so that the next macro can push to 260. Four o'clock. We like 4 o'clock. We like 4. Um, yeah, I think it's gonna push up to 60. I don't have the time to trade it anymore, but I think it's a solid long. I think it's just gonna push up. Yeah, nice continuation. See how beautifully the 4 hour is distributing to the upside, right? So we've got a nice distribution candle. Could even go all the way up to this end wall. But yeah, I would have traded just a 260-ish. That would be my level. So most of you guys are bullish. That's nice. Yeah. Same concept. 4 o'clock. I'll position myself in this range here. 260 will be trade. I'm gonna watch a few more minutes and then I have to go. Nice. Look at that going. I was gonna stall again here. Okay, well, I think it still will go up. It's gonna stall many times because it's just we passed already. We passed 4. Um, I'm still at 246. Slow, 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 slow. 246. Might even add, if I would trade, I might even have added here. Um, what happened to my ES? Hey, company Menko, how are you doing? Yes, doing great. How are you about yourself? I'm actually almost ending the stream because I need to do something. Um, let's see. I just want to watch the last macro, the 4 o'clock macro. There we go. I'm looking forward to New York session, guys. We're going to hunt some good trades there. Some fast, not those 60, 70 point moves. We want to have 200-point moves. It sounds like the markets are going to humble me now for saying these things. I shouldn't say that. I should not say those things. The market will humble you straight away. Because 60-point moves are not small moves. 70-point moves are not small moves. We are very thankful for even 10 points. Okay, so why are we stalling? You see, ES has reached the event horizon, and so I think it's just a small pause, but let's see after 10 past. I think you're still gonna expand a little bit because you're in. Look at your beautiful, beautiful, pretty candle. 200-point move when we're on site. Yes, exactly. But yeah, we should not talk down on 60-point moves because they are huge. Life been keeping me busy, so just catching at the end of your stream. Yes. Well, normally I stream longer, but um, I think there's more to do in pre-market or in New York now because um, it's sort of like slowly, it's just grinding up very slowly, and it's just not moving in the way I want it to move. So it's not really worth, for me, spending too much time on it. It's 4 o'clock, so we still have about 4 more hours to go. So that gives me enough time to do the things in between and be fully prepared to hunt, aggressively. I haven't made any money yesterday, guys. So that works on my impatience a little bit. But I am a little bit more eager than. Okay, 10 past 4. Let's see if it wants to do anything. So 4 o'clock opened up, dug a little bit deeper here, and now I would say, we're gonna expand it a little bit. Let's see. Okay, okay, okay. Um, so it's like a trapeze. Accumulation, one move up, accumulation, one move up, accumulation, one move up. So, I still think it wants to go a little bit higher though. But then again, this is a level that, it's sort of like, as you can see, there's not much speed anymore, right? We also have this, so yeah, I'm just gonna let this play out and then come back in a few hours and have a look what it did. And then it will give us more intel for the remaining session. Once you hit 50% of that opening range gap, you want to be aware of, it could go higher, but you see on ES we had 50% of this wick. Yeah, okay. 50% of the wick we hit the end wall, so it makes sense it doesn't want to move as much as it wants to. Um, but the interesting part on NQ is we already fully inversed this, right? So, but NQ is AS is telling us it's keeping AS a little bit down for the time being, but still bullish, a little bit. But you can tell it's like stalling; it's just not moving. So, yeah, you don't want to use your mental capital on this. Um, Okay, I think I'm just gonna leave it here because there's not much really to see and to do. It's just a little bit boring. Um, this is a good time to touch some grass, do something differently, and then come back later on and reassess. But yeah, I mean, I like how I like the price actually. Not in the sense of, oh, I want to trade it right now, but I like what's going on. And I do think in a few hours' time we will have much more information to be able to trade New York. And we have 8:30 news. Let me just double check if something news have popped into it. Just want to make sure today. It's already, isn't it crazy how fast time goes? It's already 25th of June. It's just crazy. Can't believe it. Core price index, red folder, orange folder, unemployment claims. So yeah, nice. Like it. 8:30 news. Nothing else that's important today besides that. And then tomorrow, Friday, we also have news, I believe. Orange, but that's orange folder. So yeah, today are nothing else. Nothing else. That's it. Natural gas storage, 10:30, but that doesn't impact the. I don't think it impacts the indices. But I could be wrong. Okay, guys. Um, pre-market preppers, I'll see you in pre-market prep, and everyone else, I'll see you tomorrow in London. You know where to find me in the Discord. Yeah, just stay safe. Just be patient. Coming from me. Oh, I always have to laugh when I say that to other people, but it comes from a good heart. Okay, guys, I love you, and I'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao.